Hey, good afternoon, good Friday afternoon to each and every one of you. I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a minute since I've been live. I think you've seen some videos from me, but I've not been live. I've been on a little bit of a sabbatical here lately. But I wanted to come on. I'm not going to be on very long. I wanted to come on and just introduce a new arm of my business. And it's not really well, it is a formal introduction, I guess I should say. I've talked about this before, but not in any detail or in any depth. We've just been doing some things behind the scenes, and so I want you all to just come on in the room, come on in the room. Let me know who you are and where you're watching from, and give me just a moment because what I want to do is I want to share this video to a couple of places that I was not able to set it up on Facebook to share. So just give me a moment to do that. And while I'm doing that, you guys can also invite some people to the stream. How about that? How about that? All right, so a share there, one more share. And let's see. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so I'm on. Thank you to those of you who are stopping by and joining live. And for those of you who are watching the replay, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you don't know who I am or you're new to my page, I am Dr. Lexi Johnson, and I am the Chief Stewardship Officer of Money Mastery for Her Enterprises, which is comprised of our financial coaching arm. It's comprised of our philanthropic arm, which is our mission side, where we do our missions, MM4H missions. We have our media side, where you see all of our podcasts and things of that nature, and the books that we've written. Most recently, Stop Begging God for Money. If you haven't gotten your copy of Stop Begging God for Money, please go to Amazon today or anywhere online where books are sold and grab your copy. Okay. So there is that arm. Am I missing anything? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, and then there's the ministry. It's not MM4H, but it's Kingdom Disciples Training Center. So make sure you check us out there. But also, we have a real estate arm. Now, I have, I guess you would call seeded it, right? Over a couple years now, right? And so we have been behind the scenes, kind of just, doing our thing, getting grounded in it and all of that. And I'm so excited to jump on live with you today to formally introduce this arm of the business, our real estate acquisitions solutions. And so that is under MM4H Real Estate Acquisitions. And you've also probably heard me talk about stewardship and kingdom principles in business. And it'll be no different as we have ventured into this real estate space as investors. And this is another way that we're putting those values to work. We're putting them to work in real estate. All right. So what is the purpose of this arm of the business? What is the purpose of MM4H Real Estate Acquisitions? Well, our focus here is simple. We are here to help homeowners who need to sell quickly by creating win-win solutions. So whether it's a distressed property, whether it's financial hardship, whether it's divorce, whether it's the passing of a loved one, and you have end up with a property that you don't necessarily want to keep, whatever the case may be, we provide a way for homeowners to sell their property as is for cash without the stress of commissions, closing costs, or long timelines. That is correct. So we average closing in about a month's time. We can close even in a couple of weeks or a week to 2 weeks, but that just depends on the property and whether it is, free and clear and no title issues. But other than that, we can close around 30 days or less. Could be more. Again, like I said, just depending upon if there's some title issues or not. But anyway, we don't need to get into all of that. We're here to make the process clear and fair and seamless so that people can move forward with a peace of mind. So, just to share with you the type of people that we've helped so far. So, we're not brand new to this. This is not me coming live and we haven't done anything. We've been, like I said, we've been working behind the scenes, but we have helped, people who parents have gotten elderly, right? And the parents can no longer deal with the home. The home, they're, they needed to sell that home so that they could pay for nursing home care, right? We've done a lots of things, and there are lots of reasons why people are selling homes, right? Again, we've helped people who are going through divorce, right? They really don't want to be bothered with going through the whole traditional process. They want to get this done as quick as possible. And so we've been able to help. Again, clear, fair, seamless. Our tagline is less time, less stress, less hassle, right? Because we take on all of that for you, right? And so, again, no closing costs, no long timelines, and no commissions, right? That you have to pay. So, I wanted to share with you today what to look for in a real estate acquisition specialist. That's part of what I do. I have a couple others on my team that do that as well. I also do the underwriting and the analyzing for the deals, right? So that means that I crunch all the numbers. I look at, what the house could go for, how we make these numbers work for both sides, for both parties, right? So anyway, I want to get into a little educational moment because not all real estate buyers are created equal. And that's who I am. I am my team. We will buy your house, okay, for cash. That's what we do. Buy houses for cash, as is, right? And so, but buyers are not all created equal. So if you're thinking of selling your house to a company like ours, here are a few things that you should make sure that you're looking for in an acquisition specialist, right? First of all, transparency. This is super important. Are they upfront about how the process works? Do they explain numbers? No hidden fees, no games. Listen, I'm not going to pull any punches with you. When we're sitting down going through what we can offer, what is going to make this work for you and for the investor, if there's an investor, or if we're going to just buy it and keep it in our portfolio. I'm not going to pull any punches with you. I'm going to be real straight with you. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to tell you why we came up with these numbers or how we came up with these numbers. Like, I'm very transparent. Okay. So again, no hidden fees. There aren't any games or anything like that. And that's what you want to look for. Another thing that you want to look for is trustworthiness, right? So real estate is full of people who are chasing quick money. You want someone who values relationships and integrity over transactions. So I have not accepted every transaction that has come my way, right? And that's because it's more than a transaction to me, right? So for example, the communities that we are buying these properties in, it's important to me that we have someone who, if we're not going to keep the property and we are going to assign it to someone else, we want to make sure that these people have the best interest of the community in mind, right? We don't want people who are going to buy it and then it's just going to sit there. They're not going to do anything with it. It's going to become even more of an eyesore or whatever the case may be. No, we're looking for people who are really wanting to uplift the community, to help others get into homes. Those are the types of things that I'm looking for. So I'm not looking to partner with just buyers or sellers who it's just a measly transaction, right? So we value the relationship with our sellers. We value the relationships with our buyers. The next thing you want to look for is flexibility. So every seller situation is unique. And I have not had not one that has been the same. Not one. A good acquisition specialist will listen to your goals and your timeline, right? And they're not going to force you into theirs. So, um, some people come and they're like, okay, I need this to close within 30 to 45 days. And so, again, we'll look at everything. We're like, it's all going to depend, especially on that title piece. Like, it's the title free and clear. What kinds of other things we got going on? Um, the mortgage company involved, do you still owe? All of these things can affect the timeline, right? So, but we are going to listen to you. We're going to listen to your goals and your timeline. And then we're going to say, hey, we can meet your goals and timeline, or we cannot meet your goals and timeline. Here's why. And this is the timeline that we can realistically work with. Can you do this? If you cannot, no big deal. You try to find somebody else who might be able to do that, right? So we are not into, forcing people. Like, some people might want you to, hey, let's get this done in a week. And you might not want to get it done in a week, right? You might want to get it done. You might want to get it done fast, but you're like, not a week. Okay. Maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, but whatever the case may be, we're going to work with you. Okay. Do they have a track record? So, have they actually closed deals? So, do they have testimonials or people that you can talk to who've worked with them? And so, while I have seeded this a couple of times before, this is now why I'm coming out with this formally, because we have actually closed several deals at this point, right? We have testimonials. We have people that you can talk to. You can talk to people that we have joint ventured with. You can talk to people outside of our organization that has helped us to close deals, or sellers, right? You can buyers. You can do that, right? So make sure that they have a track record. Okay. Now, that's not to say that someone who is brand new in this space and has not closed a deal, that you might shove them and not give them the time of day, because they actually can be pretty great. Okay. But you can ask them about their education. Are they backed by anyone, or are they part of a network? So when I did my first deal, I was coming, and I'm still a part of a very huge network. So I could lean on their expertise, right, as I was learning. So look for those things, okay? Then finally, look for someone who has a win-win mindset. At the end of the day, it should never feel like you're being taken advantage of, okay? That's not what it should feel like. It should feel like both you, the seller, and the buyer are walking away with value. Both you, the seller, and the buyer are walking away with, you're happy with what you're walking away with. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to get everything their way, but you're happy, right? Your non-negotiables are met. Your whatever the case, whatever it may be. All right. Win-win. That is what we're about. So that's who we are, right? It's still under the MM4H, Money Mastery for Her brand. This is Money Mastery for Her Real Estate Acquisitions. That's who we are, and that's how we serve. If you or someone you know needs to sell their home quickly, okay, and for cash, reach out to us. We are going to give you a fair cash offer, and we're going to walk you through every step of the process and make sure that it's a win-win all around. In fact, those clients that I have worked with have been truly appreciative, because I even take time to go through any kind of contractual paperwork on our end, right? Typically, if you go the traditional route with real estate, the contracts are very long. And that's fine. That's how they have to do things. That's law. A lot of things law for them. For us, we can work a little bit differently. And so our contracts are not that long. They're about a page and a half, maybe 2 pages. But even at that, even though they're very short, I usually sit and I go through line by line with my clients because I don't want there to be any misunderstanding about anything, right? And that everybody is clear on what the expectations are, what we agree on, right? So I take the time to do that. Um, I want to make we want to make sure that everything is transparent, everything is out there, right? So you can message me here on Facebook, or you can visit our page, MM4HREA. Okay. MM4HREA or MM4H Real Estate Acquisitions. That's if you spell it out and put it in a search. Okay. But MM4H, if you put it in, if you're just putting in the website, it's like facebook.com/MM4HREA. And you'll find the site. I want to begin going live over there, but I need to get so many likes. I forget how many it is. It's not that much. I want to say it's like 100 or something like that. So I'm kind of like halfway there. All right. So if y'all can go over there and like the page, because I want to start going live over there, that would be great. Okay. So visit our page to learn more. You can also visit our website to learn more. And you can go to bit.ly/fast fast home buyers, fast cash. Lord have mercy. Fast cash home buyers. That's what it is. Fast cash home buyers. I have this all in the description, by the way. Okay. Fast cash home buyers. bit.ly/fast cash home buyers. So you can go to our website and learn more about us. Okay. And get in contact with us if if you are wanting to sell your home quickly for cash. If you go to our website, there's a contact form there that you can fill out. Make sure you go to the services tab on the one that says sell a home, fill out that contact form, and we'll be right in touch with you, okay, to see how we can help. If you got questions about just how the process works, or just other questions in general about this, we'd love to answer them. I'd love to answer them. So again, drop them in the comments, or you can send me a DM. All right. So thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. I truly believe real estate is more than property. It's stewardship and purpose. And as I get the ability to go live on the Facebook page, because y'all gonna go over there and like it, MM4H REA, okay, MM4H Real Estate Acquisitions. As I get the opportunities to go live over there, I'm going to be talking about stewardship and, and the Bible and real estate, because the Bible has a lot to say about real estate. Okay. So I'm grateful for the chance to serve homeowners in our community and our communities, because we serve all over the United States. Okay. So you don't have to be located where I'm located. I don't have to have, that's a good thing about, being an investor. You don't have to have a license to operate in most, in none of these places. So we sell, we can buy and sell homes wherever. All right. So I'm grateful for the chance to serve you as a homeowner if you need our services in your communities. And I look forward to helping many, many, many more in the future. So talk to you soon, and bye for now. God bless.